What's happening, everybody? Jason Wright back from a very long vacation from the Intentionally Inspirational podcast, rebranding and calling it the Intentionally Inspirational Marketing Talk podcast. And I have a co-host now. Say hi,
Whoop, whoop.
co-host.
Hey, what's up? My name's Brandy Montambo, and I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. 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 I think it'll be a lot more enjoyable for everybody listening and watching. I say watching, we'll do a little 2-minute teaser videos with each episode, but I think it'll give it some more substance,
Amen. Come on, let's bring it.
You know what's crazy is, so I think I told you I hadn't done this since June or July. People still download all the time. People still reach out. But for anybody listening, the reason I stopped before was I felt like the business was moving hard towards digital marketing and the podcast was in a kind of a different place. So I wanted to focus on the business. And now I think I can bring the podcast back in with Brandy's help into a more relevant space. So if anybody's wondering, that's why.
It was just destiny. It was meant to be. It was take a pause, wait for Brandy, go again.
There you go. Yeah, there was a time I had done it for so long, like two years and some change, that I thought, nah, I think I'm done. And then a while later, I'm like, maybe there's something left in the tank. I enjoy doing it, but it's got to make sense with what you're doing. So why don't you introduce yourself to the people listening and just tell us what you think we should know about you.
So I'm always
no pressure.
Yeah, I'm always terrible at the 30-second elevator speech. It's just not my thing. I like deep conversations, which is why one of the reasons I'm super excited about working with Jason and getting to talk to everybody out there, because this is one of the things that I have loved as I've gotten to know Jason a little bit. Is intentional is the word, right? Like you don't get to be in a deep, trusting relationship with your customers, with your friends, with your loved ones, without really being intentional. So that's a huge thing in my life, and I'm pretty excited about that. The quick, if you're just listening, Jason's over there doing fist bumps and pump up the jam and something else I'm not real sure. We're just going to move on. Okay, good job. My quick overview of my background. Bachelor's is in education. Came out of that, got my certification in leadership coaching, moved on to do some communications and then conflict intervention and marketing. And currently, in addition to being the new second beta co-host, Jason Wannabe, I don't know what I call myself, but we're going to figure that out as we go along. I'm also a consultant for a company called SWAS Leadership, and we actually work with larger companies doing organizational change. But one of my passions is small business. That's where I got my feet wet. That's where my love building relationships came from. And so I really have a heart for small business, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, all those folks. So excited to be here.
Awesome. So I thought it'd be fun today. This has just been so prevalent lately for Brandy and I to talk about just all of the aggressive pitches that people have thrown at us, whether it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur in the corporate world, people come at you all the time from a sales and marketing perspective. And it seems like for me lately, LinkedIn has been that place where people have just been all over me. And it's just funny because I have fun with it, and I'll literally respond to people and say, are you being serious? Does this work with people? I mean, I had somebody a few weeks ago reach out to me. I connect with a lot of people, and they reached out to me and I connected, and right away they were like, I need work. I can help you with blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and send me over the contract and I'll send you my bank information. I'll get started now and you can pay me tomorrow. And I was like, really? You think that's going to work? You really? So I talked to them for a while about it, and they were like, I'm dead serious. How's that working for you? You know, it's, I don't know.
It doesn't. There's, everybody has a different personality style. And I don't know, maybe there's folks out there that go for that. It doesn't work for me. I too connect to a lot of folks on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. If you're out there, connect with me on LinkedIn. I want to be your friend.
How can they find you on LinkedIn?
Well, you can follow me at my name, Brandy Montambo, Montambo. There's not a lot of Montambos out there, so should
But
pop
see,
up pretty easy.
if you didn't spell that, there's going to be people like, I don't know how to spell that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Interestingly enough, most people think that it's African, and it's not. It's actually French Canadian. It's Montambo, but you know.
I actually was wondering if you were an African tribal warrior also. It's the really, really dark skin that threw me off.
I don't know how to tribal warrior. That was probably not good. I'm sorry if I offended anyone.
No, it'll be good.
So yeah, connect with me. And it's funny because I used to do some recruiting for a while. So I have a lot of connections of people that are recent graduates from college, that kind of stuff. Same thing happened to me. Hey, here's who I am. Here's what I do. Thanks for connecting. Buy this from me. And that's just not how it works. Buying things is about trust. Knowing your customers is about trust. And if I don't know you enough to trust you, I don't trust your product. I don't trust you. I don't want to do business with you. If you don't care enough to know me, I don't care enough to know you.
What's crazy about what you just said is I'm willing to guess that 98% of people listening are going to agree with you, but 98% of people also are so aggressive with their marketing. It's like, hey, I'm Jason, want to get married? I mean, and they wonder why it doesn't work.
They wonder why it doesn't work.
I talk to people every week and they're like, oh, I want to put together a 10 email sequence and I want every email to try to sell my service. And I'm like, why? It's not going to work. I mean, I don't know why. It's just all marketing is. It's just human relationships. That's it. That's it.
All about relationship.
You know, it's nothing crazy, but it is really entertaining. And I actually want to start screen capturing these invites with LinkedIn specifically because they're so funny to me. I have a lot of fun with people, but yeah, right after the new year came, it was intense. Like it was 10 a day and it's backed off a little bit, but it's just super desperate. I don't understand it. So.
And if you're not on LinkedIn, you're going to see the same things on Facebook. Like, I hate to throw a company out there, but It Works is one of those straight, hard, in your face. Like, here's my product. Here's what it's going to do. You need to buy it. And I know actually a few people that sell it, and I know a lot of people that love it. Like their products are good stuff, but they're coaching their salespeople for the hard push. And that's not, once you figure out a relationship and you know which product exactly is going to fit that person, the stuff is good, but you just got to figure out what's right for that person because not every product is right for every person.
What do they sell? I'm curious.
I am not a personal user, but they have a lot of supplements and teas and just healthy living, organic kind of stuff. It's a wellness kind of company.
They have that old school, like hardcore approach though.
Mm-hmm. It just doesn't work. So I have to do a quick shout out to my peeps at Lake Norman Small Business Network. We have a lot of folks come in. We're a networking group that's completely free. It's not like BNI where you have to pay for the group. Like you come in and you're free and you just get to share what you do. And we have a lot of people that come in and our motto is know, like, trust. Like come in, let us know you, we'll like you, then we'll trust you and we'll shop with you or we'll promote your product to somebody else. So, but we have a lot of people that come in the first time, all they do is hand out business cards. Here's my business card. Here's my business card. Here's my business card. And it just, you know what I do with those?
Throw them away.
I put them in this little pile. I don't throw them away because I can't do that to people because they spent money on them. So, and these are people, entrepreneurs, right? Business cards cost a lot of money. So I put them in a little pile. And then later, when I actually know this person, then I'll do something with their card. But you can't expect anyone to trust you, your service, your product, if you don't actually build a relationship with them.
Well, it's funny, McDonald's and Coca-Cola both know that it takes like 7, 8, 9 touches with somebody before they buy. And those products, they never turn off the brand awareness. But, you know, the research is already out there. Like you don't have to figure anything out. If the hard sell worked, McDonald's would be like showing up at your front door, knocking on your door like, hey, I got a hot burger and fries. Give me money. They don't do that because there's a better way to do it.
I don't know. Uber Eats is out there now. They might be starting that. You never know.
It's funny you say this. So I got to be real careful how I tell this story. Yesterday in my local area, I'll say the local Indianapolis area. I'll spread it out a little bit. I met a new entrepreneur. I said, "Hi, my name is Jason," and this person hammered me with their service like right away. And I was like,
Cringing.
I looked at her. It was a her, and I said, "What's your name?" And she told me her name, and she was like putting the business card like in my face, and I was like, "Perhaps we'll talk about this sometime, but it's not going to be today." You know, and it's
Exactly.
just, she's like, "You have a business card?" And I said, "No, I don't believe in business cards." And she said, "Why not?" I said, "Because if you need my business card, you're probably not going to work with me anyway." I said, "Long story, we'll talk later." She's like, "Okay." But yeah, it's super interesting. So,
It's
well,
true.
awesome. This is interesting. Another thing I'll tell the listeners, we're kind of rolling with a shorter format show this time. Last time I experimented from 2 minutes to 2 hours. We'll shoot for that 20 to 30 minutes a week. We will get some guests on here too at some point, correct?
Ooh,
Sound,
ooh.
yep, sound good. See how that goes. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the video yet. I may have lied to you. I know I said a 2-minute clip. Maybe I'll just run the whole thing, see what happens.
Why not, man? Just roll it.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
hold
see.
back.
We'll see. What else was I going to talk about? I'm trying to figure out this new format on the fly. I don't know. You take it from here. You run with it for a second while I scramble through my notes.
Good plan. Good plan.
Gotcha.
I love a good strategy.
Well, so why don't you tell us or talk to me a little bit about the kind of what we're talking about, the next level. Tell me about the importance of business relationships. It could be entrepreneurship. It could be small business. How important are those?
So, I mean, on the Brandy scale, it ranks a
I like
10.
that. We're going to talk about the Brandy scale every week at this time. I like
the
that.
Brandy scale is there. There's Brandy isms, which you'll probably hear. There's a few of those hidden in there, and then there's the Brandy scale. So the key is, have you ever done your Strength Finder?
I have.
What's your Strength Finder?
This book
Yes.
here.
Woo, woo, woo.
So, man, like, what's the numbers that you're asking me?
Do you know what your top 2 or 3 are?
I think the results are online. So I
You
don't
didn't
know if it's
write them down?
No, I think I saved the email. Dang it.
Anyway, one of my top strength finders is Relator, and
Okay.
so actually my top 2 are in the strategic thinking category, and then my next 3 are in relationship building. So this stuff comes naturally to me. Like I just innately get it that people want to feel valued. When they feel valued, they'll feel engaged. When they feel engaged with you, they feel like, wow, you could do anything for me, and I want to trust you with whatever I need. But it doesn't come naturally to some people. So it's kind of like running, though I don't ever want to do that. Like, I could figure out how to run a 5K, and I could probably make it across the finish line, but it's going to be a lot of work. So if it's not natural for you,
Yeah.
it might be a lot of work to figure that out, but it's still important. You can't come across the finish line in a 5K if you don't figure out how to run the whole race.
Yep.
You can't be successful in your business if you can't figure out how to build relationships with people. So, and your significant other or family members will appreciate you if you really put some effort into that.
Absolutely. And that's why nurture sequences work in marketing, because it's the same thing you just said offline. You know, it's, if I'm talking to a new client and I've never heard their voice before, the first conversation, they're feeling me out. They've been burned by marketing companies. They're trying to figure it out. But
So true.
once we talk a little bit, and usually I start with a project, once we work together a little bit, beyond there, whether we work together more or not, either way, it's a real comfortable conversation because there's some trust, there's a little bit of a relationship there. And my business isn't unique to any others in that regard, but if people agree with that, again, why do they rely on the hard sell stuff? So it's interesting. Marketing is kind of the big takeaway for me is it's just relationships. It's no different than your face-to-face life.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. If you're just listening, he's doing it again. There's all kinds of action over there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you sharing your space with you. That did not come out. My apologies. Sharing your space
I
with
will not edit that out, by the way. I refuse.
Well, if you're just listening, he told me one of my requirements was that I was funny, and I was like, I don't know that I can do that, but apparently I made him laugh by not being able to speak, so check the box. Usually I'm a believer in excellence over success. Excellence is, me striving to do my best, but apparently in this one, we're going to go with success, and that's make Jason laugh. A pluses for me today.
Well, what people are going to like about this, they're going to like the realness. It's all about being real and relatable, I promise.
Authenticity, man.
Why do you think reality TV is so big? What is The Bachelor in its 20th season or something like that?
Is that actually real, though?
It's maybe that was a horrible example, but other reality TV shows or scripted reality, I guess they call it. That's why they're popular. So people like the realness. If you guys can find entertainment in what we're doing and find a little nugget of value, it's a win. That's what we're trying to do here. I think that's all I've got for the first episode. How about you?
I think it's good. I'm looking forward to this journey.
I say episode 1 with you, but in fact, this is episode number 157. And I don't know if we'll have show notes for this episode. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We definitely will for the guests. So I'll figure it out. And we'll see what happens. So thanks for your time, everybody listening. Jason signing out.
I didn't come up with a catchy phrase. I'll just say, see you later. And
right.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Take care.